recording right. This recording is not for you to don't miss this so that you can look at it later. This is for how you say recording for training purposes only. That's what we're doing right now. Get up, get up. How's everybody doing? Fired up, fired up. First of all, I got to tell you guys again, focus, focus. All right, that which we give our energy to, the power you have needs an opportunity to come out. Think about that. The power you have within you, it needs an opportunity to come out. So what does that mean? That means you have to check. You got to be checked, and you got to be challenged. If the good Lord wanted us to be able to climb mountains, He would have made them real easy. But they're rough, they're ragged, they're edgy, they're jagged. There's spikes and basically rocks and cuts and nicks and wild animals that'll eat you trying to get up to that peak. All right, look at Mount Everest. Look how many people died trying to climb Mount Everest. Why are you trying to go that high anyway? I don't understand. But still, the air up there is less, it's thin. People are falling out by, what do you call it, deoxidation or whatever, because they don't have enough oxygen up that high. But they still want to do the challenge. They want to focus themselves to do it. For those that didn't make it, there's so many that did. And that's what we're talking about in this industry right now. For so many that don't make it in the insurance industry, do you realize right now, 98% of, actually it's 92% of people in the insurance industry don't make it. 92%, 8%ers make it. You guys, we're working towards being part of the 8%. I can't tell you how proud I am of you. Right now, our numbers, where's our numbers, Lisa? Lisa, did you move my numbers? Where's my numbers? All right, right now, the goal is $60,000. We got 2 days left. We're at 45,000, a little over 45,000. I know we could do 15,000 in 2 days. I know we could do 15,000 in 2 days. Come on, we can get this knocked out the box. The goal is $60,000 annualized premium. Raphael Jones by himself did $51,000. One person. So I know with the team we have, we can do 15,000. You know how we're going to get it done? If you don't go to work in the next 2 days. If you don't get in front of somebody. If you don't talk to people. Let me show you how important it is. Lisa just changed my whole training up. I was going to do something else. Lisa just changed the whole training up. While we were playing that video, I played that video a little bit longer because I wanted you to understand the focus. And think about this. That which we give our energy to, wherever you're putting your energy at, that's where you're. If you're not putting energy into your UBI business, your Lincoln Heritage business, your insurance business, if you ain't putting your energy there, don't expect to basically don't give it a little bit of time and expect zillions of dollars. If you treat it like peanuts, that's what you're going to get. Peanuts. If you treat it like a business, you're going to get business checks. And do me a favor. Once again, let me say the power you have needs an opportunity to come out. You have everything you need within you. Everything's within you. But right now, I'm going to change this whole training up. Do me, Lisa, let's share with everybody what our day is like today, but what you just gave me the news about.
Top of the morning, everybody. You know, our day is packed. Between door knocking and phone calls, appointments, I just filled up the calendar just this morning. Again, people calling, can we meet today? Can we do this today? Can we do this today? So my calendar is packed. So that's actually changing the course a little bit of what we're going to be doing today. But got a phone call. One of the appointments was this morning at 9 a.m. Called them at 9. And we were going to write up one of our clients' husbands. Her policy is in a lapse status. And so I had sent her out the paperwork, a month or two ago to go ahead and just redate. She was able to redate. She didn't do that. I said, okay, well, I'm going to have Lincoln just send over a redate form for you by way of your phone. They can send it, an email, and you can do a DocuSign. So she didn't do that. got a call this morning. Well, I called her this morning and no answer. Left a message and like, we're supposed to, get your husband covered today and, get your stuff back on board. I called her. I mean, I got a phone call from her and she's sounding real weak and real tired. And she said, Lisa, I'm in the hospital. And I couldn't understand everything she was saying. Well, first, when she called, her husband was on the phone. And I was thinking, okay, this is her calling, but why is there a man's voice? And, then he put her on the phone and she told me she's in the hospital. And I think she said she had a seizure or something like that. So she said, well, Kim, that's why I didn't answer your phone call, Lisa. I'm so sorry, but can you talk to my husband and we can reschedule? So he gets back on the phone. I mean, she's sounding really, really like she's been through something. And he gets on the phone. I said, okay, well, you guys, is she doing okay? I'm more concerned about, is she okay? And he's like, yeah, she's doing okay. We're waiting for test results right now. And I said, did she say she had a seizure? He said, yeah, we think it was a seizure, but they're running tests right now. She was biting down on her tongue and everything. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And I said, well, when I asked her before, what are you being taken care of? She said, yeah, my husband's here. And I said, are you taking care? He said, yeah, I got her. I said, okay. I said, well, listen, y'all just let me know when you're ready, to get this done. Obviously, you're in the hospital. We can't do anything right now. But he said, okay, well, I'm gonna call you as soon as we get these test results, I'm gonna call you back and I'm gonna let you know what's going on and then let's get this done. I said, oh, absolutely. But it kind of just, when I thought about it, I said, this is why we do what we do. This is why we stay on our clients. This is why, this is why, because I'm praying that it's nothing serious because her premium was only $28 and that's with AD&D. So now if we do the redate and Lincoln finds out something, that's going her premium's going to double. She's going to have a 2-year waiting period, which she was fine before. And I'm like, man, this is why we do what we do. And it hurts. It's like, oh my goodness, and now we're going to be able to get her husband covered. But I'm like, my goodness, I pray that it's not serious and nothing that's going to pop up so that she can see how important it is that make sure you maintain, and I know sometimes it's financial, I get that, but $28, find it, borrow it, whatever you got to do, because now it has the potential of going in another direction. And that hurts us. I'm like, man, we not do enough? Did we not stay on her enough? But we did. We did. In this case, we definitely did. So it just hurts. It's kind of like, I'm not comparing it to a sale, but when you could have got the sale item at the sale price and then you go back and you too late, now you got to pay full price. That's for people that shop and stuff like that, that it's kind of what it feels like. I'm like, man, I don't want to pay the full price, I want to pay that price. So but now this, I'm just pray for her. Her name is Angela. Just pray for her that everything is okay, that she's going to be all right, in the name of Jesus. And nothing will change with her coverage because I know now she's going to see, and I'm hoping you guys are listening. Anything can happen.
Do me a
People,
favor. Do me a favor. Somebody pull out the application. Pull out the application. Read the application. Read me the first question on the application, please. Somebody.
Have you been hospitalized in the last 90 days? I mean, is that the first?
No, no, keep going.
Okay. Oh, no, wait. No, I just did a redate. So that's why I
Right, yeah,
have to
not
pull it up.
redate is good too. But go ahead.
Yeah.
But think about it. What are we doing? Lisa, what is she? She's a what? She's a redate.
yeah, she's redating. So
So right.
there, yeah,
So read the redate.
that was right, Benita. That
Yeah.
redate form.
So guess what happened? So now she's been hospitalized, but when we wrote her up, she was final expense. And then read one of the questions that it asked.
I'm trying to find it. Hold on.
But don't matter. Somebody read in regular
Yeah.
application.
I got it. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it too. I just had it, then I lost it.
Okay, so there's questions on the redate form. The first one is any proposed insured bedridden in a care facility receiving hospice care or ever been diagnosed by a physician of having a life expectancy of 12 months or less. The second question, has any proposed insured been hospitalized in the past 90 days?
Boom.
So
So what does that mean?
hopefully, hospitalized.
What does
Yeah.
that mean?
Was she in the hospital? Yeah.
She's been hospitalized. So now what happens? So when we send in a redate form, she's been hospitalized. Guess what they're going to tell her?
She's modified, even if she doesn't.
She's not modified.
She's gonna get
Oh,
denied.
they won't.
She's going to get denied.
Oh, they're gonna deny her completely
Yes,
on the
because
redate.
she's been
Right.
hospitalized. So she's
Wow.
going to get denied because now she won't be able to have final expense.
So
That's why
even if
what we
she's
do-
healthy, even if she's healthy and could be final expense, just the fact that she has to say she was hospitalized,
yes,
that's gonna knock her out.
within 90 days,
Wow.
we're gonna knock
Yeah,
her
so it
out.
doesn't matter. Right.
But see what you guys understand. Why am I so upset about this? You don't know how many times that we went over and over and over, back to her, back to her, back to her. Lisa's not, this is one time. We've 7, 8 times. We've gone back to her, wrote her up again and again and again. And like Lisa said, $28. That's including AD&D.
I mean, you can lead a horse to water, you can't make him drink, man.
But this is what I'm going to be talking about today. It shows you why we're so passionate. What I'm going to be talking about, like I said, Lisa Chip, but what I'm going to tell you right now, that hurts. You don't understand. We know her.
Yeah, it hurts.
We know her for years. Not like we just went out there and ran a lead on her. We've been out there to see her. She's in Rockingham. That's an hour and a half just to go out there and talk to her. I mean, I signed her brother up, her brother's sister, her sister-in-law. That's why our clients tell us they love us. They're not clients to us. They're like family. We've known her for years, joking, laughing. How many times have we called her and sang happy birthday to her? Because why? We send her out a birthday card. You understand how painful this is? She's in a seizure. What does a seizure mean? What does that mean? She could have another one. It's crazy. It hurts. And we were scheduled today to get her husband signed up. Today. $28. You could have pawned something in your house, whatever, borrowed it, whatever, sold something on eBay, whatever. And Lincoln is the most lenient underwriting, the most lenient. Nobody's going to touch her now. She had a seizure. And at least now we're going to be able to get her back on. But guess what? 2-year modification and the price is going up. Tomorrow is not promised. When we're sitting out there with them, and I know they're telling you or whatever, saying stuff we're doing. I mean, I went up yesterday, a door knocker, the guy, I wrote on a, redneck. You know what I mean? Because he's a redneck. Oh, no, we're good. We ain't got no money. Well, what'd you fill this out for? Why'd you fill this out? I'm standing up there talking to him. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, yeah, well, no, we're good. I know why he didn't want to talk to me. He had the flag at his front door, whatever. And I'm up there with my hat. Yo, look, I'm U.S. Navy. Chief, petty officer, retired. I ain't going nowhere. I'm here to protect you. I know you don't know me. I know you don't like me because of the color of my skin. I don't care. You requested this information. I'm going to stand here and give it to you until you tell me no 3 times. And then I walk away. When I walk away, that's your fault now. But I tried everything I could, even though you don't like the color of my skin. It ain't about that. It's about saving people, getting them covered. What did we say the other day, Roy? 2 times, 2 ways. Passionate. Lisa, well, you finished? I'm sorry. I just had to get in there.
No, I was done. I mean, I'm just thinking about it. Everything you're saying is just heartbreaking,
I mean, Danny Cole, her brother. I mean, he's my client. Angela Cole, his wife, and her name is Angela Cole. We used to always joke about, well, you got the same name as your sister-in-law. I mean, known her for years. Went out there several times to get her back signed on board. Every time. All right, I'm ready to go now, Lisa. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. 4 or 5 times. Now she got a seizure. 2-year waiting period. Hope nothing happens during that time. So anybody got any comments, any questions? Stacy, you got anything on that?
Yeah, guys, it happens to me all the time. And like Roy said, you know, it's sad, but it ain't sad, but it's the way that we think about life insurance in this country. You know, my sympathy has I done been through it so many times. Like, man, listen, you're grown. If you don't know what's important, then you're gonna, the bottom line, and it sounds bad, but you're gonna suffer if you don't do. Now I got a cousin had a heart attack, let his policy lapse. Now he wants 100,000. He can't get it. Okay, dude, I've been on you. I've been talking to you. So listen, you're grown. I ain't gonna force you. I'm not gonna force you. If you can't think that you're important, then I can't make you more important than yourself. So in this industry, guys, keep doing it. You're gonna, had a lady that died, didn't sign the paperwork. I mean, I'm calling back. Boom, husband says she passed away last night. So guys, remember, insurance is not important to people until somebody dies or somebody about to die. So you got to lay that down to people. Hey, listen, if you die tomorrow, what you gonna do? So that's why this business is, you can't be nice. You got to tell them, because tomorrow ain't promised. I had so many people I went back to. Well, man, I'm in the hospital. I'm like, wow, really? We should have did this now. But what is it gonna cost? Well, it's too late. Now you're sick. Insurance is based off of health, age, and gender. Bottom line. So if your health is bad, it's gonna cost you. And unfortunately, people do not think insurance is important until somebody is about to die or in the hospital. Oh my God, I need to get insurance. I had so many people call me, y'all. I need to get insurance now. Where they at? Oh, they're in the hospital. Oh, I can't do anything for you. So that's this industry, and you got to put the pain point in front of them. Bottom line, yeah. Keep selling. Everybody's gonna run to that same problem.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah, good, outstanding. Mary, you got anything on that?
I have my own separate story, Kyle, but I'll tell that whenever you want me to tell it.
Okay. All right, go ahead. You can tell it.
So I got a phone call last Friday. It was from one of my clients. We hadn't met, she and her husband, back in February. And we got both of them written up. She was a modified policy and he was same day coverage. They had just gotten married in December. We met him in February. So she called me on Friday and I was like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" And she said, "Well, I'm in the hospital." I was like, "Oh man, you okay? Everything okay?" And she said, "No, my husband tried to kill me." She said he committed suicide and shot me in the middle of my chest, and I'm just waking up. So he had been deceased for a week and a day. And she had woke up, and she said that when she woke up, the first thing that she was saying was, "Is my husband, is he okay, or is he dead?" And they said, "Well, he's deceased." So she just immediately, I mean, she was so calm, she just immediately went to work on getting him, buried. She asked me, was his insurance okay? And I remembered that they just got it in February. And if he committed suicide, she's only going to get back what she paid into it. And I said, well, that you're not going to get the whole 15,000. I said, you're going to get what you paid. Just let me check with them, with Lincoln Heritage, and see how much you paid into it. So it was almost $1,000. It was like $3 or $4 from being $1,000 that she had paid into it. So she started, she just started planning on it. Like I'm just sitting here like I don't know how she's even talking. I mean, she's just like, what do I need to do? I said, let's call FCGS. So we called FCGS. We started the claim. Um, well, we called Lincoln Claims first and started the claim. And then we called FCGS and they just, started helping her. They just held her hand just because they had already, I guess they, cross-referenced the notes and whatnot. And they saw the notes in there and they just held her hand the entire time, and they were speaking to her yesterday as well. Yesterday, she really wanted to have him buried, but because that's what he wanted, but she didn't have but $1,000, and some of her family members gave her some money because she wanted to have a viewing. So she had a viewing and cremation, and it was 3,500. And FCGS said that was a good price. They said if your contract shows something different, call us back. But if it's just 3,500, you're okay to go ahead and sign it because that's a good price. I've just been floored. I mean, I've just been floored. And she told her family members how we were helping her. So we're gonna meet with them sometime. The funeral is today, or the viewing is today, and we're gonna meet with them sometime next week and, talk to her other family members and hopefully help them as well. But I'll tell you a little quick bit of the story. He had been acting a little bit different, she said, and she said she kept asking him, "What's wrong? You're talking fantasy talk. Like I don't know what you're saying." And I didn't really ask her a bunch of questions like what he was saying or what does that mean. I didn't ask her, but she just said he just was just talking out of his head. And then he left the house July the 9th and didn't come back home and just was calling her every day. And she's like, "Where are you? Are you coming back home?" And sometimes he would call her and wouldn't say a word, and she knew he was there. And then sometimes he would call her and just start laughing. So she knew that he was, losing it. And then she came out of her apartment and went to her van, and all of her tires were slashed. So she gets in her van and starts to make the phone call, help for her tires. Um, and then she saw a shadow coming around the corner, and she looked up and it was him. And he said, "You think this is a game?" And she was like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? And she said he just pulled out his gun and just shot her in the chest. So she slumped over in her van, and all the while she's alert. She's looking, her head is on her stern wheel, and she's looking towards her apartment because he started walking towards the apartment. And she said, "Oh Lord, my daughter's in there." So her daughter's 24. She said he didn't know that the daughter was in there because he hadn't been home. Um, and the daughter, she saw him walking towards the door thinking he's going to shoot her too. So she just put her hand on the horn and just laid down on the horn. And then everybody started coming out of the apartments to see what was going on. So the daughter came out and he stopped in his tracks. And then that's when he turned around and just blew his brains out. He was towards her, faced the van and just blew his brains out. So you just never know. You just never know. And that whole experience with FCGS helping her, and it was just a wonderful experience just to watch them take over and take care of her, because they knew what she, imagine what she was going through. They didn't know, but you can only imagine what she's going through.
Wow, heart wrenching,
Yeah.
heart wrenching. Wow, wow. And for the daughter to witness that. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah. So
Mm,
she was airlifted, she was airlifted to Duke, and she remembers being in the air medic, but that's all that she remembers until she woke up that day that she called me.
wow. And this is our job, This is what we do. I mean, we have a lot of fun with it, but we have to really, really understand that sometimes it's going to be stories like this, and we got to get through those too. Man, that is heart wrenching, Mary. But
Yeah.
man, you did your job. You were there to
I
service her.
know. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I was on like a little short vacation. We were in DC doing some things. And so that's when, you know, I had to take time with her because I couldn't just, she didn't know what to do, of course. I mean, she's in the hospital. His family had stopped talking to her for some reason that, I don't know, but she just had her family, which was just a few people. So they were looking, to me to know what to do because they didn't know what to do. So I had to, you know, stop what I was doing on a vacation to help her, which I didn't mind at all.
Wow, wow, that man. We will definitely keep you and that family in prayer.
Thank you.
Man, wow. Anybody else? Anybody? I don't know where to go with that. Anybody want to comment? Anybody else?
This business allows you to see people in all different kinds of ways, and come alongside them. It's like Lisa said, it is a ministry to some extent because who would they have otherwise? You know?
Right. Absolutely.
Can you
And
imagine?
you know our clientele, and some of them just don't know. They don't know, what to do. They don't even know how to formulate it with words, with what to do. So we have to really help them. And
Right.
they're good people. They might be, some of them are a little backwards and, whatever, but they're good people and we have to help them. We have to educate them.
Absolutely.
And that's where I come from when I'm talking to people. That's why when we talk about not being a salesperson, that's where I'm coming from. That right there is within the Shanana. That's the spirit of what we do or what we do and what we're doing because we're educating, but it's with passion because we hear these kinds of stories all the time and helping that our Kyle's youngest client grandmother and mother through the process of the teenager being gunned down by a drive-by shooter, you know, they weren't thinking clearly. So that's where me as an agent came in and helped, like you did, Mary, just like that. That's what we're needed at that point because they don't know what to do. They don't know where to go. In his case, it was we're having to wait for the police report, but I stayed on them. Okay, so Lincoln needs this. They need this form filled out, on regards to him. Then we had to wait for the police report. Okay, did we contact the detective? I'm talking to the grandmother. Did we contact the detective? Okay, yeah, we contacted the detective. Okay, we're waiting on him. Okay, did you hear back from the detective today? I'm trying to get them their money ASAP. And it took a week because we were waiting on all this investigation and all that kind of stuff. But I know without a shadow of a doubt, if I had not stayed on that for them, it would have taken longer because they're not thinking clearly. It's
Mhm.
not priority for them to, get
Right.
all these things done. And I'm like, this is
Mhm.
what the insurance company needs. This is what they need. Let's make sure we got that filled out. Let's make sure we do the part that we need to do because this was a special type of case, which I'm sure is like the one you have with the suicide. It's a little bit different. You have to do a couple more things. So, but having an agent there to help them through the process makes a world of difference. So again, that's what we do. That we write policies, and I know some people are it's all about, I'm making the board, I've got the money coming in and all that kind of stuff. It's more than that to me. And when I got that passion about it, and it wasn't just about the money's coming anyway, but when you care about what you're doing, that's going to change it right there because people are going to see that. They're like, this person is not out. And as lady said that to me yesterday on the phone, she said, I like you because you're not pushy. You're not, most people and she broke it down. She said, most people, because she told me she couldn't pay. She said, I can't pay today. And I said, that's fine. I didn't push her. And basically she told me, she said, but I said, now what I will do, let's get you qualified today, because God forbid if something does happen, and I'm not claiming anything, but you'll be covered, you'll have that, if something did happen, it won't matter because you're already locked in. Now we got your payment date set for a later date, but you're locked in as far as health wise. We got the health questions answered and everything like that. The payment's set up to come out. Long as that payment comes out, you're good to go. And she said, okay, and basically went with that. But you know, I don't know how else to explain it, but I think y'all, for the most part, people on this call understand that it's not about sales, it's about the people. We are in the people business, educating, like you said, Mary, Roy, like I said, we can lead them to water, can't make them drink, but you know what? We can do what we can do to help our people. And I take pride in that. This is my career and I love it. I love it. All right, I'm done.
And on that note,
Lisa, can I just ask you the one question?
Yes.
Do you love it?
you know, on that note, um, Lisa said yes. That's what this meeting was really going to be about. I don't have much time now, but I'm going to share with you. And Lisa just hit it. And before I even get into that, think about it. Think about a North American senior benefit agent going out there selling people, laughing at them, taking pictures of where they live at. You think they'd be there to take care of their client like this? You think these folks that are, basically just going around and just trying to replace all Lincoln Heritage policies just so they can get that $1,500 bonus? You think they'd be there to take care of their client? See, we get paid in advances, but the advance that we're getting, this is what that advance is for the work that you're going to be doing down the line when they need it. And even though you're not getting paid for it, you are getting paid. Because look at what Mary said. Now that she's helping out people looking at it like, this is your agent helping you out with this, getting this done. How do you think this woman that just got shot in the chest, how could she handle preparing for a funeral from somebody that shot her?
For real.
What kind of state of mind is she going to be in? That's crazy, right? How could a grandmother who just lost her grandson, 18 years old, how could she prepare for a funeral? And then, oh, by the way, Lisa didn't say this, the funeral home was calling up the family talking about, oh, your policy's no good. Your policy's no good. You don't get insurance. And then the family's like, what? What are you talking about? So now they're calling us. Hey, the funeral home was telling us that our policy is no good. You know why the policy was no good to the funeral home? Because they were trying to get an assignment on a rider. You can't get an assignment on a rider. You can only get an assignment on a policy. Everybody got that? So because it was a child rider, which, by the way, they were only paying $4 for, and it paid out $10,000 in a week. You can't put a
So
price
what
tag.
was the problem then? So why would the funeral home?
Because the funeral home was trying to get an assignment on it.
Because they immediately try to charge an assignment.
And you
So
can't put an assignment on a rider.
So don't they know which term it is going to pay out anyway?
They don't know that.
Okay.
They ain't educated on that. They just see it's a policy, so they're looking at the policy, but it wasn't the policy, it was the child rider.
And the check had to be mailed to the mother because it was a rider. It couldn't be paid to anybody else. It had to be paid to the mother. So that was the issue.
And the funeral home is telling the client, your policy ain't no good. Now you got them all riled up and stirred up. And they're going through the loss of a grandchild or a son. Crazy. But yeah, has anybody ever heard of the word IKIGAI?
Sounds Japanese to me.
It is. IKIGAI. And you know what? Lisa just kind of keyed in on it, and she didn't even realize what I kept telling her. I said, I can't wait till training tomorrow. I can't wait to train tomorrow. She's like, what are you talking about? But she just keyed in on it. Some other people, I think, are getting it too. But I was trying to figure out, I keep telling you guys, I don't know this woman who I'm married to. I don't know her now. All right. I'm not talking about I don't know her. I don't know her in this insurance business. This is the woman that told me that she didn't want to get her license. She ain't a salesperson. One of my buddies back home, he calls her, honest used car salesperson Lisa. Because you're talking about she ain't a salesperson. But Ikigai, it is a Japanese concept that means a reason for being, or the thing that gives your life meaning and purpose. The reason why Lisa is doing what she's doing, tell me if this is not her. And I don't know if you guys know this about her, but watch this. Lisa always says this. Okay, now watch this. If it's often visualized using a Venn diagram with 4 overlapping circles. Number 1, what you love, your passion. Number 2, what you're good at, your vocation. Number 3, what the world needs, your mission. And number 4, what you can be paid for, your profession. So when all 4 align, you find your Ikigai. Everybody get that? Let me say it again. When all four align, you find your ikigai. What are the four? Number one, what you love, your passion. Number two, what you're good at, your vocation. Number three, what the world needs, your mission. And number four, what you can be paid for, your profession. When all four align, you found your ikigai. And so now I can finally put a title on it. Lisa says your sha na na, but what she really found is
That's the black version.
yeah, that's the black version. Her sha na na. But you know, again, I'm like, I can't say to everybody, yo, go find your sha na na. But I finally found it. It's called ikigai, but it's Japanese. So just like we always say kaizen, you know, we're always talking kaizen, constant improvement. That's Japanese. And what come from that? Six Sigma, black belt, green belt, yellow belt, all that's in processing.
Spell ikigai.
Okay, it's spelled, I'm telling you what it's spelled. It's IKIGAI. But it's pronounced E-KI-GUY. Ikigai.
So I guess it's like a life balance too. You know, when you have all those things in order, you like you got a fullness of life, I guess.
Right. Well, watch this.
Yeah.
It represents the sweet spot where passion, mission, profession, and vocation. Passion, what you love, plus what you're good at. What do you always hear Lisa say? I love what we do. I love what we do. It's not a job to her. She loves it. Okay, mission, what you love, what the world needs. Think about this. Look at what we're doing. The world needs this. Insurance is all over the world. They literally need this. Profession, what you're good at, what you can be paid for. Now, don't get me wrong, the money's good. You know what I mean? She won't talk about it, but I will. But the money's good because she got her own funds now. All right? And vocation, what the world needs, what you can be paid for. That is phenomenal. And when I can now put a substance on it, even though it's sha na na, like Roy said, that's the black version of it. But okay, I get it now. Passion, mission, profession, vocation, what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, what you're good at, what the world, I mean, it's like, oh my God, but what you can get paid for. When you can put that all together, you don't mind the hours that you're putting in. When you can put all that together, you don't mind going out there door knocking with 99-degree weather, like we were doing yesterday. But guess what? What we're doing out there running leads. I think what we were trying to run leads, and basically I went to one, couldn't get in. I told Lisa I'm going to get in the building. It had a door on it, whatever is blocked with it. I said I'm going to get. Not only did I get in the building, I ended up being up there for about an hour, love. What was it? An hour?
Yeah, a little bit over an hour.
Yeah, Lisa's downstairs, and while I'm talking to this guy, basically sitting over there talking to him, he's like, "Yeah, what's going on? Why are you here?" I was like, "Well, and by the way, I'm glad Lisa didn't come up with me because when he came to the door, he's in his underwear." I'm like, "Oh my goodness." You know what I mean? He's like, "Well, come on in." I'm like, I'm not really sure about that. So I come on in. I'm like, "Yeah, all right. You ready?" But guess what? We sit up there an hour up there with him, turn around, he's taking phone calls while we talking, but signed him up right there on the spot. One call closed. Great day. So, but understand that.
Good God Almighty, in the words of Dr. Wilson, that's some good stuff there, Kyle.
Okay, all overlap to create a deep sense of fulfillment and satisfaction. Ikigai. Why Ikigai matters? It's not just about career, it's about a balance. Here you go, Bernina. This is your answer. Yeah. It's a balanced, meaningful life. In Japan, especially in Okinawa, a region known for longevity, having a sense of purpose and consideration vital for health and happiness. Ikigai encourages reflection on both internal desires and external reality. So you've got to find your Ikigai. And if you can utilize this business, Lincoln Heritage, UBI, Firm Foundation, to get it, once you get it, you're going to be on a mission, rocking and rolling. Anybody got any comments, any questions on what I just talked about? All right, good. No comments, no questions. All right, great. Anybody got anything before we go?
That was powerful. That's the comment. That was
It
powerful.
was very powerful. Thank you, Kyle, for sharing. You know,
You got
Okay.
Ikigai.
Yeah,
it's
Ikigai.
similar to finding your purpose as a Christian. When you step into your purpose, then you step into where you're going to have all the resources you need and everything. So that's why you can't look at what other people doing, because that might not be your purpose. So stepping into your purpose is going to give you your ikigai, your fullness of life, and all of that. Yeah.
preach, preach.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Pass the plate. We got to pass the plate.
Uh-huh.
Outstanding. So remember, focus. All right, you have greatness in you. You might not be good at this right now. It's okay. You will get better as long as you keep doing it. You know, failure is only when you stop. Failure is not because you didn't get the sale. It's because you just have to get better. You got to get your skill set up. Once you get your skill set up, it becomes your ikigai. Outstanding. You got to find your ikigai, whether it's this, whatever it is that's going to help you out. But remember, understand this: what you love, your passion; what you're good at, your vocation; what the world needs, your mission; what you can be paid for, your profession, ikigai. All right. And last thing, top five. There's been a shakeup in the top five. The top five. We got 2 days left. 2 days left. I know we can get to 60,000. I know we can get there. I know we can get there. I know we can get there. Number one, Will Bostic.
Whoop whoop.
Number two, Lisa Freeman.
Whoop whoop.
Number three, Stacy Green.
Whoop whoop.
Number four, number four, number four, Patrick Sinmir. What's up, Patrick? In the top five. Good
Go,
job.
Patrick.
And number five, Mary Russell.
Whoop whoop.
Speak. Hold on. Patrick, you got to come on. You got to tell everybody what is going on. Out of nowhere, came up in the top five. Patrick, tell us real quick. Patrick, come off mute.
I'm just trying to compete.
Tell everybody what's going on. What's going on? You came out of nowhere.
Well, we've been hitting the streets, myself and Will. We've been going out there trying to find opportunities, knocking on doors and doing things. And in fact, we have some leads sent to us by Stacy. Got us some leads, some death claim leads, and we're hoping to feed off of those later today, as a matter of fact. So wish us well. It's pretty warm out.
Outstanding. Couple things real quick, Patrick.
Before you say that,
Okay.
the stories that we heard on this training today, can they be used in our profession? In
Most
our
definitely. Most definitely. If you don't have your own stories, yes. Yes, most definitely.
That story it leaves me speechless. I don't know what to say. The level of grief they must have felt is unbearable.
Think about that. Like you said, and then you trying to prepare for a funeral from
Yeah.
somebody that shot you?
Oof.
What is going through her mind? That is I can't even imagine that. I just hugged Lisa today because I was like, are you crazy? We saw some of the news today. A guy killed his wife. He was putting poison in her shakes.
Yeah.
Her protein shakes.
Perhaps perhaps we can make it a habit to call and check in every once in a while on some of these people who may be in danger and don't even know it. I mean, that wife must have seen some signs and she didn't know how to react to him.
You're
Yeah,
exactly
she
right.
said she said she saw some signs, but she didn't. She's known this man for like 23 years. They just got married in December, but she's known him 23 years. But so who knows what happens in your brain for you to just all of a sudden, take a left
Crazy.
turn like that. So, and her
Mm.
daughter noticed some signs too, and just him talking out of his head. But I don't know if with I don't know if she just felt like she had nobody to go to. I mean, I do agree that's a great idea, Patrick, but because she's not really on good terms with his family for whatever reason. So maybe she just felt like she didn't have anywhere to, where to turn. I don't know. But it's like the saddest thing that I've ever heard because all she could think about was she told me, I don't want to leave him in the morgue too long. Like he just
Wow.
shot you. And
Wow.
you're worried about him laying
Right.
in the morgue, and then you really wanted to have a funeral because that was his wish to have a funeral, but you can't afford it now because he killed himself, within that 2 year period. So she didn't get all of her benefits paid out.
I
Wow.
don't think I'd be worried about his wishes, but maybe that's not right. But
Mm-hmm.
Well, she probably knew he was mental.
no, I know she knew it, but based on what he did, like it takes a lot. That's a big to be worried about his wishes in that circumstance. So that's
And
Real love.
God bless him.
I'm not sure if everybody heard Mary, but do you understand? It was a $15,000 policy. Why did it only pay out 1,000?
Are you asking me to answer that, Cal, or you want
No,
somebody
no, you
else?
said it, but I want to see
Oh,
if
okay.
everybody was paying attention.
2 year contestability.
Because of the suicide.
2 year
Exactly.
contestability.
No, it's what Patrick said. Suicide. If someone dies by suicide within the first 2 years, then basically it's not going to pay out. It's going to only pay whatever again, just like a modified, you know, for the first year,
With the
10%,
interest?
right? Plus the interest, yeah.
I don't think they paid interest,
Oh, they
Kyle.
didn't pay the interest on it?
No, no.
Okay, so just
Wow.
what they paid in. Wow. Okay. So yeah, so now that's something I learned. 13 years I'm learning. So yeah, I'm still learning, but wow. So just what they paid in. And you know what? And that's
Well,
not
you've
just,
never had this.
yeah, yeah, you're right. But that's not just with Lincoln. All policies are like that. If someone, passes by suicide within the first 2 years, then it's only going to pay out now what you paid in. Leslie, did you want to say something on that?
I was going to say that is one of the questions that's on the test when you become licensed about the 2 year clause.
It's a
Yeah,
good point.
yeah. And
That's a that,
I believe it says on the application too, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, and that's a good guys when you're talking to people, ladies and gentlemen, and they're talking about replacing policies. Every policy has a 2 year contestability period. No matter, so when people go and replace their policy, they don't realize there is a contestability period without the suicide on every policy when you go to get
Mm-hmm.
another policy. So people, I tell people, I posted, I say stop replacing your policies because it's cheaper. Now you got to wait 2 years. They can contest that whole whatever happens to you in that 2 years. Now you're starting over. But a lot of people are not educated about insurance, so they don't know what they're doing. So that's a good selling tool. When people, I'm finna get another policy. Nope. Remember, you got a 2 year contestability period that they can come in and contest anything that happens to you. So that's a good selling point also to stop these guys from replacing their policies.
Yeah, outstanding. Good. Anybody got anything before we go?
One last thing, Kyle. I'm sorry. Just
No
one
problem.
last thing.
No problem.
One thing that stuck with me that FCGS told her, she wanted to have a viewing, like a viewing just from like 12 o'clock to 8 at night. Just so to give people and his family time to come in and people, to visit with him. And they told her, they said I would suggest not to. They said due to the circumstances of what happened, would you be open to just keeping it, 2 hours? And that was, I don't know, that just kind of stuck with me how the way they guided her. And the reason behind that was because of suicide. You're going to have all kinds of strange people coming in to see who did it or what happened. And sure enough, the next day, she told me there were so many cars coming down on her cul-de-sac just looking. Just
Wow.
cars, just spectators coming to see. And I remember years ago when my girlfriend's niece committed suicide, the same thing happened with them. They were just driving to see the car, driving to see the house. It's just really strange what people do when things like that happen. But they just told her, "Will you be willing to just keep it 2 hours for your sake? For you not have to go through that." And she appreciated it.
Wow.
FCGS
Yeah,
Yep.
hitting the bell yet
FCBS.
again.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're number one. That's why
Mm.
we are number one. Now you guys are starting to find out it's more than just go ahead and fill out this form front and back, my profile sheet, and basically put what funeral home. They do so much more than
Mm-hmm.
that.
Oh, no, if you were done, I was just gonna have one more thing to make sure people know about.
And real quick, and Don just confirmed that too. Just what you said. But yeah, on a suicide, it only pays out. The premiums paid no interest.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so first Friday is August 8th. You have to register for it. So if you go in your promotions email, you have to actually register. Now, if you got your name entered in to win a car, so Will might not, he might want to be there because he got his name entered this. You have to be present to win
Hold on. By the way, not just once. Will got his name twice.
twice.
So twice
So
this month. So
Stacy, you might want to let him know that
yeah,
you got to
yeah.
be present to
You
win the
got to be
car.
present. So if he gets, yeah, if his name gets called and he ain't there, they take. Oh well.
I'm
They
gonna
going
be
on to the next.
I'm gonna be Will. It's on him. I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna let him know.
Yeah, you might want to make that trip because I mean you got 2 tickets.
You can't be his proxy, huh?
No,
No, no
I
proxies.
know, right?
Yeah,
I
No
outstanding.
just wanted to make
proxies.
sure everybody knew that. All right.
Yeah,
Gonna
Lisa
say, don't
got a
worry, well,
ticket
I'll
on the
drive it
game this
home for you.
And then plan to be there in September for sure. And every team member to be there. We're calling it in the name of Jesus. Everybody needs to be there in September.
Okay. Anybody got anything else? Anybody got anything? Rock and roll. Anybody got anything else? Thank you guys, man. So proud of you guys, man. So proud of you guys. I can't tell you, man. You guys helped me find my IKIGAI. Let's rock and roll. Everybody have a good one. We got 2 days left. 2 days left. Close the business tomorrow. We can get this done. I know we can get this done. 15,000. Think about what you heard today. Why we go out there? This is what we do. Why it's so important? Because look, you're not just a life insurance agent. You're a final expense specialist.
Oh no, boot camp. Check your back office for boot camp. They got one coming up in August, beginning of August. Actually, the week of the first Friday, there's a boot camp. So anybody that hasn't been, that is looking to go, prime time to do it.
All right, good, outstanding. I know we're a little bit over power hour, but hey, thank you guys so much. We appreciate you. Call us if you have any questions. Patrick, you got something?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, call us. Congratulations. Good job, Patrick. Call us if you got any questions. All right. Bernina, are you okay? Everything's going good? You all right?
Yeah. I just got everything back in order now. I had to get a new hot water heater, and I'm just thinking.
Real quick, let everybody know. Let everybody know. I don't want to tell your business, but
Oh,
let
yeah.
everybody
No,
know.
I don't care. I just didn't want. No, what happened? I had a car.
Bernina damn near died.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. That's cutting to the chase. My last couple of days have been kind of frantic, but I'm in situation now. I'm back in order and trying to make something happen. But what happened? I had a carbon monoxide.
Well, hold on. Let me preface it, Lisa. Let me preface
Okay.
it.
But you're
Okay,
not telling
now
the right, Bernier. So it's calm not to
exactly.
tell
You're
it.
not telling your story, right,
Exactly.
Right.
Benita?
Okay, so
It's my
so
story.
so
Okay.
go, so watch this. Go ahead, Bernina. Say what you're saying. Go ahead, start talking.
Okay, no. I had a carbon monoxide leak in my house. Beep,
Wow.
and my thing was beeping. You know how the fire thing beeps. It's a
So
long
when you
story.
guys hear that thing beeping,
Beep,
what
do
does
something.
that mean?
Yeah. I took it off the thing. Long story short, it was my hot water heater because I had smelled it for like a week or so.
Hold on.
Yeah.
When you
You don't
hear
smell
something
carbon
going,
monoxide.
No, okay, right. Well, Roy, you are right. You don't. So that's my thing. It was a funny smell, but it wasn't gas. And we were like, what is that smell? My gas wasn't leaking. So we were just ignoring it. And then it started becoming irritating. And when the thing was beeping, I thought like the battery or was going dead. It was annoying us. So I took the thing off. It was trying to tell me that the carbon monoxide was high. So basically, my eyes started watering when I went to my laundry room, and they started burning. And so I called the gas company, and it was like everything was out here at my house. I was in the cul-de-sac. The fire department came, the gas company, the police, the ambulance taking my vitals. So I had been getting a headache and everything. So a long story short, almost died because when they came in my house, they measured the carbon monoxide and it was very high. They put on masks before they even came in. And they said, I'm glad that you didn't sleep here another night. So I have been kind of displaced for the last 2 days, and not because I had to get my house in order. And thank God that I'm alive because
Amen.
it was that serious. And now I got a new hot water heater. And what it does, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's inspiring because you don't know what's gonna happen in life. It could have been detrimental for me and my niece who lives with me, but it makes you know you need money because I needed money with a comma in it to fix my problem like immediately. You know what I'm saying?
Bold
So it's
character.
kind of like you want to be able to do the things that you have to do. So I'm like inspired right now. And to top it all off, just to make a funny note, I had just got some leads from Kyle. I'm going through all this about dying, and I'm like, I got some leads for Kyle, and I got leads. And so it was. I had to set that aside for a minute, but in the back of my mind, I was like, I got to get to these leads. So
You
I
ain't
had
you ain't
to.
thinking about that lead balance now, are you?
Well, wait. You know, when we were on the phone, Bernita, I did hear that thing in the background. And I said, Bernita, she ain't gonna change her battery in her smoke detector. I
I
said that
had
to
changed
myself.
it. Yeah, right. So basically, it was annoying, and I had took it off. So that they come in here, they're like, "Where's your, fire detector?" I said, "I
Oh
just
my
disconnected it this afternoon." Right. So the thing is, we hear about it all the time, but you never think these things happen to you because that was my experience too. Please don't ignore nothing. And it doesn't have a smell, but my thing was 20 years old because it was like a Sears Kenmore. They don't make them to last that long anymore. So he said it was all this stuff in the flue pipe, and I was probably smelling what was in there from 20 years of it being there burning. But it did irritate my eyes. If your eyes start burning in my nose, that's when I was like, I got to call somebody. But I should have called somebody probably a week or two ago, not really focusing in on thinking that that's what it was. So don't do what I did. Don't take nothing for granted and make sure your stuff is in order. That's all I can say. But I'm back in stride now. I got everything in order and I'm inspired and everything and I'm excited about what I see everybody doing in these last couple of days. So
Outstanding. And we actually talked to her after I forgot something happened or whatever. We talked. You said, "Oh, I ain't feeling too good." You had already
yeah.
said you wasn't feeling good, and we're like, "What the world?" She just had a great day. You're like, "Oh, I'm not feeling." After you had a good day.
Right, right. They said my levels were at the point where I would be getting a headache when they took my carbon monoxide level. They said you should be having headaches, and I was having a headache even after I got over the cold I had, which was probably all affected to it. So I was really I guess I don't know if the word is poison. I was exposed to an excessive amount of carbon monoxide. So I'm trying to, get all of that together and just digest everything that happened because it was kind of a near death experience. So,
my Lord.
So
We're
the
glad
moral to
to
this
have you.
story.
yes.
Oh, what'd you say, Patrick?
I said we're glad to have her.
Yes,
Thank you, Patrick.
yes. But let's close on a good note. The moral to this story: get more leads.
Get more leave. Yeah.
Get more leads. All right, give us a
My
call if you
goodness.
got leads.
Right. I was thinking about them leaves the whole time. And then the gas company came back and then I had no air conditioning, no hot water and or anything and my refrigerator was out. It was a lot of miscommunication between those departments. So the gas company came the next day. I had to get a plumber to come out. So I was distracted and I couldn't focus on, pursuing my leads until I got clear. But I'm clear right now. All right.
Outstanding. Outstanding. Get more leads. You guys
Yes.
have a good one. Call us if you got any questions.
Bye,
Thank you
everybody.
Thank
guys.
you.
Bye bye
All
now.
Good day. Bye bye.
Hey, bye bye now.
Bye bye.